Hey, more. Do I hear a sixth? Merry Christmas to you too. I must have you on speed dial. You're the only one that showed up. I see you have another video or two out. I haven't got a chance to look at them yet. Hi, Deborah. How's you guys' weather where you're at? It's turned chilly here. I'm doing okay, Deborah. Just haven't got a whole lot done the last couple of days because of the weather. Friday and Friday night, we got about 4.5 inches of rain in that time period, which if it had been snow for the northern people, it would have been better than 25 inches of snow. Yeah, Sammy, last night they made comments about the shirt I was wearing because for some reason, my past three live streams, I've had the same red shirt on. I don't know how it happened, but just the way it happened. And Amore said last night, so I called it my Sunday shirt. I said, so she said, oh, that means I only have 7 shirts. No, I've got 2 thumbs up. Deborah gave one when she came in. Hi, IJ. Yeah, more. I've got 2 Sunday shirts now. Sunday's such a long day, you know. Sammy, I missed the first part of yours tonight, but that door did look good the way you finished it. Do you have to put another coat on that one, or is that all you'll do with it? Because most generally with new wood, it takes a couple coats of varnish because it soaks in on the first one. Amor, the only comments I give is just honesty. If you do something that I think is wrong or I don't like, I tell you. This is going to be a short 4 hour. Hi, Samara. But the more you have gotten to the point that you don't have all the people swamping your uh, chat and stuff with emojis and whatnot, which was the main thing I said anything about, because it makes it hard for anybody else to join the chat. Samira, that last video you did, you had the comments turned off, so couldn't ask you about it. Where were you at with that garden? Was that at your place, or I didn't think you had anything at your house, but I wasn't sure. Oh, okay. I saw it looked like it was in town, so it wasn't out at Mercy's, but I didn't recognize it. And besides that, you didn't have your farm dress on. Sammy, I sent a half dozen kids over with little sand scoops to clean up the snow for you. Didn't they show up? Well, I am too, Amor, because like I said, it makes it hard for the rest of the people to join the chat. Because the conversation rolls up so fast that nobody can read it. If you put a comment in, it's gone for anybody who sees it. I didn't see you putting plants in, Samara. I thought you was pulling weeds. Hi, Marine. Yeah, IJ, you'd have to take Sammy around back and spank her. She just keeps throwing out the emojis. Now, Sammy. Four days. Yeah, it's only the 7th here yet. Hey, Tinkerbell. That other live stream, they'd been on there over 5 hours, but all I caught was the end of it. They were just that last fish. Sammy, where are you going? Yeah, you have to get a head start, Samira, so you can get done before I do. So what all did you have in that garden, Samira? It looked like you had some peppers and tomatoes, but I wasn't sure. And you had your music overplaying your uh, audio there, so we couldn't hear what you were saying. Maureen, did you ever plant any watermelon? We talked about that before when you went and bought that one. Well, shoot that damn rat. Or come get one of my kitties. That'll take care of the rat. Hey, Ken. But when you plant a watermelon, kind of mound the dirt up a little bit to plant it, and then it'll grow. It'll be a big vine that'll spread out over the area around it, and you'll get more than one watermelon on the vine. They do kind of like tomatoes do, only they lay on the ground instead of being up in the air. Hey, Lonnie, Mike. Well, they made a big deal last night about my shirt that I had something different on. I said the one I wore before was my Sunday shirt. So tonight this is a different Sunday, so different Sunday shirt. Yeah, but Marine, if you take when you got your watermelon, save the seeds, dry them, and then you can replant them afterwards and have your own. That'll be cheaper than going and buying more. I've been doing all right, Lonnie. Other than just we've had some bad weather here. I mean, it's cooled off here. Not cold to you, but cold for us down here. I think it was 49 last night. And Friday we got so much rain that if you converted the amount of rain we got to snow, we would have had pretty near 26 inches of snow. I don't miss shoveling that. Yeah. No, I can't take the cold anymore, IJ. I was talking with another guy yesterday. We was talking about the rain and the snow conversion and stuff. He lives somewhere around Chicago. I don't know exactly where, but after we talked, he said he was going out and work on a snowblower. Be sure he was ready to go. Yeah, IJ. As the older you get, the more that cold bothers you. Hi, Rena. Yeah, I had that on too, Mike. Yeah, I saw the tomatoes there, Samara. They're still small yet, so it'll be a while before you're going to be able to, pick any. Rena, we're having an ice cream party. You were supposed to bring the ice cream. Yeah, they changed the. I don't know if they did it your way or not, but what used to be Grit, now it's called This TV. It's got some decent movies on it, but don't have the westerns like Grit used to have. Don't get to watch Audie Murphy anymore. Where are you at tonight, Mike? Look on what I title on your shared live. You lost me on that one, Tinkerbell. Yeah, we got a lot of rain here Friday, Mike, and a little drizzle on and off yesterday. Today it was just chilly. It didn't even get out of the 60s today. Okay, see, they changed it here. Now, Grit here now is called This, THIS. It's got a lot of old movies, but it's not the westerns. Yesterday and today, the movies that were on were no, they were on Charge, but they were Bruce Lee movies. And the one tonight isn't even in English. You got to read the captions under it. Yeah, I'd rather watch John Wayne than Bruce Lee. Everybody keeps asking about her. She was laying. Wait, hold on, hold on. She was laying on my feet. Yep, now she's gone. I disturbed her. Hi, Raquel. Hi, MJ. Come here, Fluffy. Now just don't go crazy on me with the links, guys. Tinkerbell, go ahead and drop your link. Then I'll go ahead later and do like IJ does, and I'll just remove them all again. Yeah, I think Sammy got mad when we teased her about the emojis. Yeah, Samira, that's the one that stays inside with me. She's a little over 5 years old. She was laying on the other side of my laptop here between my feet on the bottom of my recliner. But by me picking her up and disturbing her because she was asleep, now she took off and went in the living room. Where'd Tinkerbell go? She asked about dropping her link. Now she's gone. Yeah, she's probably off sleeping somewhere already. Missed it. Well, that depends, Mike. Is it an 80,000 pound link? IJ, has Tinkerbell told you about any of the fish that she sees them catch? The one that I was at a little while ago there, the guy caught a catfish, and it was 12.2 pounds. But the other night, they were catching them, upper 20s and 40 or 30 pounders and more. There was one guy that I don't know just where he caught it at. It's been, a little while back. He caught a sturgeon that was 222 pounds. That's a big fish. There you are, Mike. I want you to stay warm down there in Texas. What did Rena do? Leave already? Samira, don't let him fool you. He's sitting in his truck all nice and warm. It's 57 here right now, but I think it's supposed to be down below 50 tonight. You said you might send that over to Kyla. Maybe it might fit her. Or Rena might want to keep it for when she gets here to put her jacket and 3 shirts under it. That little girl's going to freeze until she gets used to it. Yeah, but Samira, the sleeves are so long. When she stretched her arms out, her hands didn't even stick out through the sleeves. They just messed up on that one. Mike, another 20 years maybe. Mike, my neighbor across the road, he drives for Sunbelt out of Jacksonville. He's been out the last 2 weeks. He usually comes home every weekend, but last week he didn't get in because truck trouble. He said this past week or past 2 weeks, he went through 3 different trucks. They give him a truck and put him on the road, and next thing he's broke down with it and have to get another one or whatever. He came home Friday with a 2020 Peterbilt. Turned off the air conditioner, huh? Well, I've had my heat on here the last, I don't know, 2, 3 nights. And I noticed my neighbor next door this way, their daughter, who was 19, still had her bedroom window open with a fan sitting in the window. And there's a lot of times that girl will have her window open that way with a fan in there like that in her bedroom, and they'll have the heat on in the house. Hey, Mike, I looked it up today when we was talking about their Sheriff Joe last night. It doesn't say he's passed away. It says he's 89 years old now. He left the sheriff's department out there in Arizona in 2017, and that's when they tried to arrest him for, I don't remember what all, the way he was running stuff, and the president pardoned him on it. But they said that the lawsuits and stuff that they ended up with because of him cost the county out there, I think they said $100 million. But Maureen, in a little while, I'm going to be the Grinch and I'm going to take them all back. So everybody be sure you have your jackets dry cleaned so I can take them back. What do you mean you're sharing your jacket for Ken? Anything that fits you will never fit Ken. Any news on your ID yet, Maureen? Or do you still not exist? Yeah. Hey, Judy. Well, Marine, if your ID is still missing, I guess that means you do not exist in the Philippines. So you can just get on a flight and leave anytime you want to. Well, a lot of it too, Marines, the way they do stuff. Oh, you came back, Tinkerbell. But I know when I was there before, anything you try to do like that, you can have the original copy in your hand they give you when something happened, but they want you to send it to Manila to get an original. Well, if they're going to take and make something off the one you got, doesn't that make theirs a copy, not an original? Take care, Mike. Tinkerbell, you've only got 30 seconds. How many times can you drop your link? In my community, it goes up and down. We have problems with a lot of theft on and off for a while, then it'll go quiet. We won't have none for a long time, and then it'll start up again. And I think a lot of it's just we get a bunch of come in and start doing the stuff, and about the time they grow up and move away, then the next bunch of kids grow up and they start. Back when scrap prices were so high, they were stealing anything that wasn't nailed down, and some of the new mobile homes and stuff that they didn't have anybody living in or whatever, they would take and go to them, cut the electric wires off at the meter box, crawl underneath the trailer and pull them down through the floor and cut them off to steal the copper. Yeah, I've been broke into before, and where I'm at here now is was mom and dad's house. They didn't have the house broke into, but the garage was. They broke into dad's garage one time and they stole his four wheeler, all of his toolboxes, his power tools, and chainsaws and whatnot. Yeah, AC units are one of the big things they used to steal because of the copper in them. But I don't know if it went federal, if it's just here in Florida. But you can still take the window units in and sell the parts out of them. But the big house units that's mounted outside your house, you can't sell those anymore unless you have a receipt where you bought a new one showing you replaced that one there and that's an old one, or unless you're an AC dealer. Here being she won't do it. even after I give her a jacket just so she could. Yeah, my other house, IJ, had been broke into several times. I mean, I've lost, shotgun, handguns. The last time they broke into it, they stole. I was redoing stuff in the house after I moved here, and they stole like brand new ceiling fans still in the box, brand new breaker box and breakers still in the box, rolls of electrical wire, my welder, and a lot of other stuff throughout the house. And I think they would have taken more because they already had a lot of it dragged to the front door. But something must have happened, spooked them or whatever, and they left because they took even my big trash tote and stuff that sits outside. It's a 95-gallon trash container. That was gone, so I figured they filled it and took it. And then my recycle tote, which was smaller, they had it full, and it was still sitting in the driveway when I went back over. But a lot of the stuff they steal, I think, I'm guessing, I don't know, take it to a flea market or whatever to see if they can sell to make money off of it. Or they end up trading some of it, especially the guns and stuff. They'll trade them to drug dealers to get their drugs. And then some of my others, my tools and stuff, some of that stuff, just because it was heavy steel, I'm sure it went to the scrap. Now, when Dad's garage here got broke into, like I said, they stole a lot of stuff there, but one of the things they took was the chainsaw. And they went to the house right next door here, the guy that used to live there, and sold it to him. Well, if you set them out in the driveway, there's a good thing on. I don't know how it is, up your area, but down here, if you set stuff out by the road, that's kind of an indication you want to get rid of it. And if it's any good, people will take it. You can put furniture out there that you just want to get rid of because you bought something new, and somebody will come and take it. If you take stuff like you're saying the washer and dryer and stuff, the scrappers will pick them up and take them in for the scrap metal. Oh, is up close to the house? Well, that was just a thief then that did that. Kind of like the porch pirates always stealing packages. Yeah, that happens a lot, Judy. They just take everything, don't even know what's in them, and wait till they get home to see if they got anything that was what they wanted. And that's one of the things I always tell people too, that after Christmas and stuff like that, you'll see them take their big boxes from their new flat screen TV and whatever. Hi, Nelda. But they take the boxes from the flat screen TV and all that other new appliances and stuff they got or whatever and send them out the curb for the trash man. But all that does is just the thieves drive by and say, hey, they got a new TV. We can come back tomorrow night and get it. And so I try to take with like my neighbors here, if they put stuff out like that, I tell them about it. Then I just take their box and go ahead and cut it up in smaller pieces so it'll fit in the recycle tote. That way it's out of sight. Or if it's a big box, like, like I say, from uh, a new washing machine or a big flat screen TV, I'll cut the sides out of it and save the big sheets of cardboard because then I can use it when I'm working under the truck instead of crawling around the dirt. Nilda Samira was here a while ago. I don't know where she went. Now she's in chasing her coffee cup. Well, there's Samira. Well, Judy, in a case like that, my guess would be it was kids. They weren't after the valuables in the house. They were after Christmas presents to see what they could get. Yeah. I've seen some of the places here where places have got. I used to take care of a lot of the houses around here for the snowbirds. We have people that come here and spend the winter here, and then the summer they go back north to, New York, Chicago, Boston, wherever. So I was taking care of their houses and mowing their yard and whatnot all summer long. But the places some of them would get broke into was sometimes the only thing taken was like canned food and silverware. So there would figure, it was a homeless person looking for food. What do you mean some of my English words? I've said all the right words, Samira. You don't have to correct them. Besides, if I say something wrong, IJ corrects me. She was a school teacher. Okay, there's 6 people in the house, but I only see 4 names on the board. I know Mike and Rena are gone. Unless Tinkerbell's still here, but she's not here. There's Tinkerbell. She wanted the jacket, but didn't use it. Tinkerbell's probably in her bikini down running on the beach anyways. No, that I won't do, Samira, because majority of the stuff I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. I can look stuff up in Judy, if you're in New Jersey, we're same time. But I can look stuff up, to type some of the Tagalog, and don't always get that right because the translator isn't always correct. But as far as speaking it, no. There's very little bit that I can do that. Same thing when I took French in high school. I could write some of it, but never did get where I could speak it where it was understandable. Now I don't remember any of it, so that was kind of a waste of time in school. Actually, Samira, I said you were right, but that's not right. It's only 8:50. 8:58 now, because we went back on standard time here last night. We're not on daylight savings anymore. So now we're 13 hours apart. I just moved the whole time zone by going to sleep last night. It'll probably snow here tomorrow. Turn the clocks back and mess the weather up. And the other one, Samira, that I won't do either is I won't sing for you. That's something I haven't done in years. Tinkerbell, what are you doing? You must be fishing again. Change climate anytime. Well, IJ, believe it or not, when I was in high school, well, in junior high and then high school, I was first a member of the junior chorus, and then later I was a member of the senior chorus. But, back then. Yeah, Samira, right now it is 9 o'clock here, where it's 10 o'clock for you. Yeah, a lot of times I say I wish I could go back there and know what I know now. But the time you spend in high school or there and afterwards in college and stuff, and if you know what you know now, you would do a lot of things differently and probably put more into it. But yeah, and I don't play guitar either. I don't play the piano either. I don't even try the drums. What do you mean, please don't? You figure I'm that bad, huh? Well, at least I admit that I can't play it. Yeah, but if you're any good with playing the drums, there are a couple girls that I've seen on here that um, that's what their channel is basically about, and they have a very high sub count. There's one girl in Germany, and I think she's got over 100,000 subs on her channel, and that's all she does is plays drums. And then there's another young teenager in Malaysia, and she's got over 1 million subs. But they spend a lot of time at it, and have been playing them since they were very young, so they're good at it. With me, it wouldn't matter if I had a set of drums or the kitchen frying pan; it'd probably sound the same. Yeah, coffee can too. I've got a gallon can out in the carport that I've got nuts and bolts and stuff in for scrap that I just opened recently. It came with pork and beans in it. I could use that for a drum. I'm sure I could find a couple of something to beat on it with. Oh, she finally posted her link. I posted it for you a while ago because you didn't do it after I gave you the moderator. Samir and IJ haven't posted theirs either. Yeah, I don't quite know why she's so shy here to do it because I've seen her do it on the other channels. I've heard that from others, Judy, that they never knew I did it. They'd see my live several days later. Never knew I had one. I don't know why it's not doing it. This is my fourth one. The fifth one. Shoot, I'm not even sure. Hey, Monroe. But I've had a lot of people say they never got notice on them, didn't even know I did them till somebody be talking about them in another chat. Well, I don't know what the best way to do it, Judy. A lot of it, I think, is just YouTube is screwing up so much lately because there's been with COVID, there was so many people that have joined YouTube that I think they were overwhelmed. Yeah, see right there. Monroe said this is the first time he's got notification. Oh, if I go live every day, Samira, I'll have to get more Sunday shirts. I was at a live earlier, IJ, and that was the thing. The topic was, the girls there were all wanting the guys with the big bellies. I guess they're looking for people to fill Santa suits. If you want to watch a guy that does play the Santa, check out um now shoot, now I can't think of how it's put together. But it's the Rileys down in Mindanao. But he's an American married to a Filipino, and they're living in Mindanao now. But he's a big guy, has a big, long, full beard. It's gray, not white, but he's still got a long beard. And every year at Christmas, he puts a Santa suit on, and then goes to the malls and stuff. And all the kids and even the adults all come up and want to get their picture taken with him. Rena's doing live now. Their channel is Check Out the Rileys, but it's Bill and Mercy Riley that does it. But he plays a good Santa when he goes to the mall. Nilda Samir was supposed to come clean my house today, but she never showed up. I think she slept in. That or she was too busy making coffee and forgot me. $8 million. My house isn't big enough for that many. Tell some to go home. They'd eat all my candy bars. Yeah, that usually happens, Judy. And I was reading a thing online here yesterday or the day before, I don't remember. They were talking about the upcoming change, and they said that they've done some research on it and going back past years, that how it affects people's biological clock and different things, in their health and stuff. And they said that when they have the time change, there are more vehicle accidents. There's more people has heart attacks and other medical problems at that time period. Myself, I just assume they did away with daylight saving time, and we don't even have it. Everybody says they want that extra hour of daylight. Well, the day's still the same length. Just doesn't matter what time you put your clock at. If you go back to the days of 100 years ago, where most people didn't have a clock, they got up when the sun came up and they went to bed when it got dark. Didn't matter what time it was. Sammy, stop acting spoiled. I'm going to tell Nil to rush over there, and Samira and IJ and Tinkerbell, and they'll all hold you down and spank you. Or they can hold you down and Judy can spank you. Is that what it is, IJ? Well, Sammy used to take an organ down on the beach and play music down there for the sunset. And then she'd leave, and I'd have to bring the organ in so the high tide didn't get it. She thought that was funny. That's okay. When we get all done, IJ and Sammy have cleanup detail. You guys can get the broom and the mop out, and you can have cleanup after the live's over. Sammy, put your link up so that they'll have it for afterwards. I put it up for you the other night, but it was after you left. See, IJ knows that I'm an angel. All anybody had to do was ask, and I would have told them. What do you mean? Okay, okay, Sammy. What do you mean normal, IJ? I said before, anybody that's on YouTube isn't normal. If we were normal, we wouldn't be here. I think we all are, Sammy. That's what I was saying, Judy. And there's a lot of people that think those of us that spend time on YouTube are not normal. You're supposed to have had your hard hat on. Hi again, Sunny Stormy. I see on here where you can mute the mic. How do you do the camera where, like you guys do a lot of times, and just put your icon up? Sammy, I turned on the air raid siren. Sammy, how do I turn off my camera? So it's showing just like the icon only. Oh, okay. That's only on StreamYard then. Okay. All right. I'm going to do like some of you guys do. Be back in just a second. Yeah, I went to take a nap, IJ. I needed more tea. I was out. Gee, I I really was missed. I'm back reading the other comments to see what you guys said while I was gone. Okay, I guess I've read them all. Well, that's what half of the people do. They turn around with these all night silent live streams on, and you sit there and look at the wall or watch a fishbowl or cars driving on the street or something. Occasionally we get to watch a sunset. Yeah, Amore was here earlier, and she was one of them, along with IJ, that made the comments last night about my Sunday shirt. That's why I did this one tonight with a Sunday shirt, being it is Sunday. No, I took that at supper time, IJ. Tonight I made a simple meal. I was originally going to fix chicken that I took out of the freezer last night, but it wasn't thawed yet tonight. I didn't want to take the time to cook it longer because it was still being partially froze. So I fixed hot dogs. And then I opened a can of, surprising I had them because I don't normally get them because I use fresh ones, but a can of sliced potatoes. And damn, I forgot what I had with it. I've got some ramen out in the kitchen, IJ. I didn't think about them. Oh, yeah, all of mine were hot, Sammy. The other item I made was some refried beans. They're not too complicated to make. I mean, it's 1 cup of beans to 2/3 a cup of hot water. Stir them together and cover them and let them sit for 5 minutes. But I usually take, after I do that, then I stick them in the microwave for like 20 seconds to get them a little bit warmer than what the hot water makes them. But I eat those just because I got them. Samara, since you got that new spatula, I haven't seen you make any pancakes since. You know, I could tip all the way back and just go to sleep and let you guys sit there and talk. I sat here doing that last night, watching another live stream, and then I did fall asleep here with my laptop sitting here in my lap like this, and I missed the end of the live stream, and they had three drawings that, or no, four drawings that I could have entered into. Three of them was for $50, and the fourth one was for $100 Amazon card, but I missed them. Yeah, all I was doing in that one, Samara, was just typing like you are now. But I sat here and fell asleep. But it was a long live stream. I mean, they were having a fishing tournament, and it went on for, I think, over 5 hours. Samira, you want some puppies? My neighbor thinks that both of his females over there are pregnant now. Well, you're not going to hear me singing. Yeah. I set my bowl here sometimes when I'm eating, or my plate. That way I don't have to hold it. There are some days that I can get really lazy. Yeah, but IJ, someday she cheats. She goes over to, is it your mother's store there, Sammy? He has a sorry store. So she goes over there and cheats and gets something to eat. IJ, Sammy's house is as close to the ocean over there as the lake house is where you're at, to the water. So she has access to the beach all the time to get fish and whatever. Yeah, last night Samira was trying to get me to eat fish heads. I've never done that either. I like sweet potatoes. I get them sometimes, fresh, and I'll fix them in the microwave same way you would a baked potato. So I don't have to take time, to peel them and cut them or cook them and stuff. Or I get lazy and I buy them canned and I just got to dump them in a pan and heat them up. My mom used to make sweet potatoes all the time, but she'd have them laid out in a big dish, whatever, and put brown sugar on them and marshmallow stuff, then stick them in the oven. So do we call her BS or just strikes? Oh, well, I kind of figured that, IJ, because you've been chattering back and forth quite a while. That could be. That or no, you shouldn't have timed her out, Sammy. You should have just deleted the comments. I was going to say that or she's a DOT officer, and that's the dot for the D. She's still got the O and the T to go yet. There should just be a remove function there after the name, Sammy. That removes the comment. Mira, IJ's in the same time zone as me. She's just on the north end of the country. IJ, was your clam chowder canned or homemade? I've never made it, homemade. I buy it canned. And they make two different types of it. There's the Manhattan, and then there's, what's the other one? New York. One of them's the white creamy, which I like, and the other one is more like a soup than chowder. Okay, so I've never seen that. You have to go some space place special, or can you get it like at the deli area or something like that at the grocery or Walmart or wherever? All Samira's had today's been coffee. Okay, that sounds like it'd be nice to be able to go to. It used to be a small restaurant. Well, it's about 30 miles from here, but it was over near where I used one of the Ace Hardwares I worked at. The name of the restaurant was called Soup to Nuts, but it went out of business here a few years ago. Okay, Sammy. Well, yeah, sometimes like that, you want something nice. It is more so. Like I said before, I really like going to Golden Corral because you pay the one price to get in and eat all you want of whatever you want. But they've gotten up to, and I haven't been there in a long time, but I think their price is up. Like $13, $14 a meal for dinner. Their lunch price is maybe 9. I don't remember. I haven't been, like I said, there in quite a while. But if you try to eat that way all the time, it can get expensive. When my parents were still alive, when Dad was going to kidney dialysis, he went 3 times a week. And after done with dialysis, hey, survival. After they went to dialysis, then they would go to Golden Corral to eat before they came home. So that was 3 nights a week. Then the other 4 nights a week when they were home, Mom said it got where Dad just didn't eat whatever she fixed, but he always ate good at Golden Corral. So she started taking him to Golden Corral the other 4 nights. So they ate there 7 nights a week. Well, they talked to the manager all the time, being they're there so much. He finally gave them a card for Mom to show it when they paid to come in, and they got both of their meals, drinks included, at the kids' price. That way, they were only paying like $6 or whatever for their meal every night for drinks included. And he also wrote on the card, for everybody with the party. So if I went or my sister went with him, whatever, we got ours the same price. Mom used to tease the manager all the time. They're saying that they were paying his light bill. Survival, what have you been up to? I haven't seen you in a while. How are things on the West Coast? Yeah, because the normal dinner price is, like I said, $13, $14 a person. And then you pay extra for your drink, which is anymore. Most places are putting their $2 for, continuous refills on soda, tea, whatever. So if they were getting the whole thing for $6 a piece, that's a whole lot better. But mom wanted to take dad there all the time just for the fact that he did eat a good meal there. I think part of it was, because he was out and got to talk to people and stuff, where he just got, toward the end that he couldn't do much here and he got bored. I mean, his eyesight was bad enough he couldn't sit to read anymore. He couldn't watch his ball games on TV. Got a new puppy, huh? You want a kitten to go with it? I've got a bunch of them. Did you get much of anything out of that storm that came in out there? I guess it hit from Northern California clear up into Washington or somewhere. Um, Baseball, I don't remember. Maybe New York Giants, I don't remember. But he just watched them all. When he was able to get out and do stuff, like when they first retired, when he'd get here, mom and dad used to come down from New York 1st of November and went back 1st of May. Well, when he got here on the 1st, on the 2nd or 3rd, he would go around to all of the colleges around the state and buy his season pass for the basketball games. When he'd go back to New York in the spring, he'd hit them all and get season passes for all of the baseball games up there. Oh, both allergic to them. Okay. I've talked to other people that said they were allergic to cats. I never realized that it bothers so many people. Maybe if I was, I wouldn't have 15 of them. I'm spending a lot right now just on cat food and stuff. Well, we had some bad rain this weekend and it's cooled off. It's only 55 here right now, which, is cool for us. The high today never got out of the 60s. Yeah, I was telling some of the ones up north there yesterday when we were talking with the rain and stuff we got here this weekend, just on Saturday alone, or Friday rather alone, the rain we got would have been equivalent to 26 inches of snow. I don't miss shoveling snow one bit. Yeah, I will too. I mean, I miss the snow like at Christmas. And I used to miss it for deer season, but I haven't hunted since I've been in Florida either, so that much don't matter anymore either. But I definitely don't miss, having to go out and shovel the driveway in the morning so I can get out to go to work and get home at night and have to shovel it so I can get back in. I used to. I'm retired now. Years back, I drove semi, as company driver, different ones, just driving local. And then when I went for myself, I was running my dually and car hauler, and I run interstate then. I was anywhere in the U.S. I never went west of the Rockies, but I run anywhere else. Sunny Stormy, I saw your comment. It just got mixed in with the rest of the. I don't know how I haven't been at your channel in a while. I see your comments. Thank you. Yeah, I miss being on the road. I miss the traveling, but the regulations and stuff have gotten so much worse over the years because the business has grown so, and there's been so many new people have jumped into it thinking they're going to get rich, and you're not going to get rich unless you really have a good outfit going and the money works out right for you. And there's so many that came in that didn't know what they were doing. They were always getting into trouble, getting in accidents, getting bad inspections, put out of service or whatever. And then they were going broke and still owe, $50,000, $60,000 on a truck. Shortage of drivers, I honestly don't know. I mean, that's been the talk for years. But if you take and go to any truck stop, any rest area, whatever, they're usually always full. Right now, there's a shortage of help everywhere. I mean, any place you go, McDonald's, Walmart, every place has help wanted signs out. A lot of the stores are short on stock. You go in, like I was in Walmart here recently, they were completely out of eggs for one thing. I mean, but other items, sections, the shelves were just empty. And I talked to one of the girls about it. She said, yeah, they can't get them from the warehouse. They don't have them. Well, all these container ships are sitting off both the east and the west coast. And the big problem is the way they're saying is there's no workers at the ports to unload them, to get the ships unloaded. And I've talked to a couple other drivers. There was one here recently, was just up here at one of the ports of South Carolina. And there was no load there because they hadn't taken it off the ship yet. All right. Good night, IJ. I'm going to end for too long, anyways. I think I've bored everybody probably long enough. But I honestly don't think we have my opinion, I don't think we have a shortage of drivers. We have a shortage of good drivers. Like I said, too many of the new ones don't have enough experience for what they're doing. Well, I don't know. My theory on it has been that you remember when COVID first broke out and so many places closed down because they couldn't meet the requirements, the social distancing, and or their employees got sick and they didn't have enough people to work, and a lot of places closed down. And then people were able to go on both state and federal unemployment and such, and you didn't have to meet the requirements anymore. Normally you have to, when you're on unemployment, you got to be actively looking for a job. Well, they put it out that you didn't have to look for a job due to COVID, and people got kind of lazy, I think, being able to just stay home and do nothing and collect money, and then followed up that with a stimulus checks, which further put them where they didn't have to do anything. And then there was a lot of people that needed money that couldn't get it, but those that were getting it, just my opinion, got lazy and now have not gone back to work. Some people, I think, are still worried about being around other people and they just stay home, but I think a lot of them just don't want to work. All right. Good night, Judy. Yeah. We'll find out next time. There used to be a young guy that lived across the road from me now. He's gone back to North Carolina to his mother's. But when he was living over here, he was drawing unemployment. And he would get people that would call, offer him a job, and he'd turn it down. He was going to just sit home and draw the unemployment instead. And then him and his girlfriend both went and applied for food stamps and told the food stamp people that they were homeless. And she was working full time. And like I said, he was drawing unemployment, and they were living with her mother. No. And the government is too willing to give out all this extra assistance and stuff without doing any checks and balances on it, to find out who really needs it. I've got another neighbor. I mean, she's a single mom. She's got 3 kids that are preteen, but she works full time, works overtime, and her position is, I think, assistant manager with the place she works in. And she's drawing $700 a month food stamps. And she gets Medicaid for the kids. Now, to me, that I don't know. I guess I just look at things differently, but I've been doing this game, long enough that I've gone with a lot less. So I just see what some of these others are getting, in my opinion, too much. Many, many years ago, when I went on unemployment the first time, because I was working back when they used to have the manpower jobs, I worked one of them till it expired. And then I went on unemployment, and I was drawing $34 a week unemployment for my wife and I. Yeah, exactly. I've only drawn unemployment twice in my life. And like I say, the first time was when the manpower job I had expired. And the second time, I don't remember what it was then. Because that was when I first came to Florida. And I was drawing it in New York, but I was collecting it in Florida. And the Florida rules are different. So I was always having to argue with them back and forth about that just to get paid with it until I got back to work. Everybody says, well, why don't you go and apply for welfare and get this and get that? I've never done that either. I've spent time before and just went out and mowed lawns to make money. But the government's made it too easy for people to get, the benefits and stuff, and then they abuse it. I don't know how much truth is in it, but it's like the story you hear all the time about the illegals coming in and then getting food stamps and welfare and a driver's license and social security and housing assistance and everything else. Yeah, yeah, and that kind of work you expected. I mean, because you don't always have something lined up to start when you finish one job. But it's the same thing like with me doing auto transport. I mean, I had spells there where I would be able to find stuff, week after week after week. And then sometimes I would hit a spot where I'd go a week and couldn't find anything. And that's kind of where I looked at, didn't think there's a shortage of drivers if I couldn't find a load because somebody else already took it. Oh, I know what my other job was that I had in New York that I got laid off from and went into unemployment. I was working for a blacktopping company, and you can't lay blacktop on the highways in the winter in New York. Because once it turns very cold, they just don't do blacktop because it cools off too much between the plant and the job site. Blacktop itself, when it comes out of the plant, is usually 400 and some degrees. But by the time we dumped it out of the truck on the site, into the paving machine, it was already down to 300 and something. And that's in the middle of the summer. So, come cold weather, it would cool off a whole lot quicker. Hey, Josh. IJ just left. Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of jobs that, go in that direction because they're seasonal or whatever. I mean, up north, the tourist industry totally depends on the summer weather. Yeah, I'm afraid so too. And if people don't, start getting to it and actually do something to help us all around, it's going to get worse. Because if people aren't working, even just to get the ships unloaded, we're going to run out of stuff in the stores. And the less there is in the stores, the more the prices are going to go up. And if the prices go up and people aren't working, they're not going to have money, so they're not going to have the stuff anyways. And them trying to, I don't remember what happened federal wise, but in Florida, one of the last elections, they voted it through to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. Well, if you go to $15 an hour, there's not going to be a $2 menu at McDonald's anymore. It's going to be a $10 menu. Yeah. It's been cool here this weekend, Josh. We had a lot of rain Friday. Yesterday it was kind of on and off. Today it was nice, but it never got out of the 60s. I think it's only supposed to be in the upper 40s tonight. And then the other one, survival, they've always said in the past, one of the things that ends up that brings the economy back, have another big war. Well, that's a heck of a way to bring the economy back. I mean, it puts a lot of people to work during that time period, but a lot of people and families lose in that deal too. I don't have a problem with that. That's why I always try to leave mine as open chat, and talk about what you want. long as nobody's fighting, I don't care. Hey, Sammy. Well, I have my doubts on a lot of things too. Too many things I look at, and think about the way it used to be. And a lot of that stuff, the way it used to be, I wish it still was. And like I said, there was the minimum wage and stuff being raised up so high. Well, people say they have to have it because everything costs so much. Well, yeah, it does, but the things cost more because the minimum wage is higher. They got to raise the cost of that to balance out the payroll. Um, Years back, I used to work for the company that makes them little Christmas tree air fresheners. I was working the night shift, so I got the night shift premium. I was getting $2.10 an hour working night shift. I was able to buy everything I buy today. I didn't need $15 an hour to buy it back then. The stuff didn't cost as much. You know, gasoline was less than $1 a gallon. Now you go to the local store down here, the convenience store, and milk's $5 a gallon. And that's mostly water. Sammy, it's only 10:15 here. I never get to bed too early. I should, but I don't. But now that we're back on standard time, that gives me an extra hour to play with to match the rest of the world. I very seldom ever watch much of any sports on TV. Once in a while, if there's nothing on, and I flip across and run across, football, baseball, soccer, whatever, I'll sit and watch it, but I don't follow any teams or nothing. Surprisingly, I kind of got away from, didn't care to do that because as a kid at home, that's what my dad did all the time. He always had football or baseball or basketball on TV. When we were working on the house, building out, expanding it as the family grew, him and I'd be up on the roof putting shingles on or something. He'd have a radio up there on the roof so he could listen to the baseball game. Happy kitty. Yeah. Somebody will turn around, mess that up, and start calling me kitty litter. I watch a lot of the YouTube movies because I can find, a lot of the older stuff I've never seen before on TV. And there's a lot of them that are free. For a while there, I was watching a lot of the, I don't know what they call them, but it's back when the Japanese and the Chinese and whatnot, they had the samurai warriors and stuff like that. I watched a lot of those type movies for a while on YouTube. I really like those. I watched one today. It was I don't remember the name of it now, Life and Times or whatever, of a guy. Yeah, shoot, now I can't even think of his name. Ben Hall, maybe. He was a bushman in Australia back in 1865, and he had killed a lot of people, robbed a lot of people, and they were, chasing him down, had a big reward out for him, and finally one of his friends turned him in just to get the reward, and he got killed. But it was a good, true story movie, a couple hours long. but it's on YouTube. Well, Sammy, as far as a male or female cat, that don't make a whole lot of difference depending on what you're going to do with it. I take, which I haven't done with mine, which is why I've got so many. But with all of my cats before, male or female, either one, I used to always get them fixed. Then I didn't have to worry about it. Yeah, that's the thing of a Survivor. You can pick most any topic and find some kind of a movie or something about it. Now, Sammy, with my cats I have now, the only one that's been fixed is Fluffy, that's in the house. She's not around anybody else, so it don't matter a whole lot. But I had her done when I first got her. But with what I had when I was at my old house, um, both of my females, well, all three of my females and my male were all fixed. When a cat goes in heat, it's hard to keep her confined. And every other male cat around the neighborhood will be there trying to bother. Well, if you get one fixed, Sammy, they usually don't do that. Because like my male I had before, like I said, he was fixed. I got him fixed when they were about 6 months old, and he never did anywhere in the house that way. And he used to ride with me in the truck when I was on the road, and I never had a problem. I just carried the litter box in the truck. Then whenever he used it, I'd clean it. But he still used the litter box in the truck and never did anything anywhere that way. But me having the one in the house, which is a female, before I had the rest of them outside. Okay, Survival, it was good talking with you. But with me having the rest of them outside, or before I had the rest of them outside, rather, having Fluffy in the house, I still used to get a stray male cat somewhere in the neighborhood. I come over here and spray both my front and back doors. Good luck with that, Sammy. Well, they're not that hard to take care of. I mean, food and water, and one of the problems you have in the Philippines too, same as we do here, is fleas. If you're going to have them outside, I don't think you have the requirements there that. Hey, Ivy, you don't have the requirements there that we have, but you should get your pets, rabies shot and stuff, just for your safety and theirs. Well, part of that, Sammy, depends on what they eat too. If you buy a decent cat food for them, it's not as bad as them out scrounging the neighborhood eating whatever they can get. I thought you was going to bed, Mike. Well, you better not be making faces, Ivy. You'll scare me. Hey, Ken. Yeah, sure. She must have just ended her live stream, and I heard she went live. Hey, Tinkerbell, you came back. Hey, Ardalyn. Yeah, she said she was going to go to, I don't know if she was going to bed or whatever, but she left a while ago. What did I skip, Sammy? I saw you said your laptop was on because you're on your phone. I don't know what to tell you, Ivy. You know, you missed out before. You was busy doing a live stream. Why? What happened in that live stream, Tinkerbell? Hello, Neuralyn. Got people popping in all over now, and I was getting ready to leave. Josh keeps popping in and out. Not sure what you're referring to, Sammy. Yeah, Ivy. It, it's the whole world's just changing to the point where everything goes with the computer. But the other thing too, if you're going to do a whole lot of stuff on YouTube, it's just a lot easier to do, like your live streams and other stuff like that, on the laptop than it is on the phone because you got a bigger screen and can run more things at once and whatnot. No. Well, Tinkerbell, I run into that a lot of places, and that's why I say if I don't get along with them that in that aspect, I just up and leave. I mean, when YouTube's not fun anymore, it's not not worth being there. You want the password of mine? You figure then you can still use it from there? Oh, I see. You want the password from my Wi-Fi. Think you can get a good signal on mine from over there? I could tease you on that one, Ivy, because a long time back, you're not familiar with it because you don't have it over there. But here we have what they call the blonde jokes, and always make fun of saying the dumb blondes and whatever. But there was supposedly a blonde was doing something on the computer. She wrote out the whole big long thing there and had it all typed in and all, and then said, "Okay, what do I do to save this?" And somebody told her, "Just hit the delete key," and she did. There, Ivy. Josh just put up his Wi-Fi antenna for you. Tinkerbell busy, household. Okay. Well, I'm going to end for too long, anyways. I've been on here 2.25 hours. I didn't intend to go this long again, but everybody gets talking, so I hate to end it. And I think everybody's had fun. Yeah, I miss a lot of them, Sammy. I've got too many people that I'm sub to, and I can't keep up with all of them. Tinkerbell, are you still in the process of moving to the other house, or have you already done that? Okay, you're going to. Okay, you haven't got it done yet. I know you said there a few days ago that you were going to, but I didn't hear when. But Sammy, I'm sub to over 500 different channels, and I just can't keep up with trying to watch all of them. Right now, I'm showing there's 10 watching. Oh, the 27th of this. Oh, you got a ways to go yet. You must have a lot of stuff to move if you're not you're already packing to move then. Yeah, Rena, my short one's kind of like yours, and I didn't even sing tonight. Yeah, I'll be right back, guys. Catch you later, Mike. Is Rena still here, or did she leave too? All right, Rena, with the title, Another Sunday Shirt. For some reason, my first couple lives, I happen to have the same shirt on each one. Last night when I did a live, I was wearing a different shirt, and a couple of people made a comment about it, that I didn't have my uniform on for YouTube, whatever. And I joked with them that that was my Sunday shirt, and yesterday was only Saturday. So today, I did this one here and called it another Sunday shirt, and I don't have the one on that I had, with my others. So that's why I did that, just as a joke. But I got to take it, even if I did a short one, I got to let it go longer just to keep up with yours. Hey, Penis Habit. No, Ivy, that's your job to sing. I don't sing. Well, I do too, Rena. I've got several that I could wear the same design day after day, and you wouldn't know I had changed shirts every time. But like I said, when my first couple live streams, I just happened to have this. They were spaced out far enough that I was wearing the same shirt each time I did one. Didn't realize it, but somebody else did. I'm doing okay. Nights just one of them nights there wasn't much going on, and thought I'd come on here and in response to the title of my live, just to tease back to those that were joking about it last night about my shirt. This weekend's been a little bit. Well, Friday started off, cooled off, and rained all day and into the night. Then it's been kind of chilly yesterday and today. Yeah, Sammy, my shirts will probably be a dress on you. Yeah, Rena, I've only got one shirt. I have to wear that every day. So when I wash it, every 3 months, I go without a shirt that day. I was singing very quietly to them, Ivy, so I don't wake them up. You missed it. Yeah, Sammy, I don't want to waste water washing clothes all the time. Every 3 months is enough. During the winter when it's cold, it might even stretch it 4 months. If it gets too cold, I may have to come borrow your jacket, Rena. Well, he's the one that taught me, Rena. He showed me how to save water. Every 3 months, you go all out, wash your shirt, and take a shower. Then wait for the next 3 months. Saves a lot of water that way. Yeah, canned maids aren't all they're made out to be. Ask them to do a little bit of work, and then they want you to feed them and everything else. Yeah. Well, me too. I did laundry today and hung it out even, but the humidity was so high that it didn't dry good, and I ended up having to throw them in the dryer for a little while when I brought them in. Venus Habit, do you remember when Rena Hall used to come to our live streams and stuff? Well, I haven't seen her in a long time. Well, Sammy, that keeps you young doing all that stuff for everybody. Ivy, baby clothes are easy to wash. They're little. Oh, you don't remember the name Rena Hall? Take care, Josh. Talk with you later. Well, that was Rena Roberts before. Yeah, she changed her name, so we thought we'd all forget about her. Think she was somebody different. Hey, Marine. Yeah, she started hanging around with some truck driver and then changed her name. Yeah, Ken, she's using her married name and collecting support too. Now, what is that, Ivy? Oh, really? I'm only 16. Ask Rena, she'll tell you. Well, my body grew up and my mind forgot to keep up with it. Okay. If I look a bit younger, how old am I? I wish. Even if you turn that around, you'd still be wrong. Well, this next week, I will be 67. That's what I tell people all the time. A lot of people don't make it, you know, that many years for whatever reason. Others go a lot longer. You never know. I just know I'll never get to be as old as Rena is. Venus, you kind of have to watch Ive's channel there. She believes anything you tell her. I told her last week there the moon was made of blue cheese, and she asked if she could have some. I don't know. I mean, I want to go back to the Philippines, and I've wanted to for a long time. But right now, I'm at the point that with all of my kittens and stuff, I don't have anybody to take care of them, so I can get away. Ivy, did you ever tell your husband you're pregnant? He probably hasn't even noticed the baby bump yet. Yeah, I'm supposed to have a room on the third floor of Sammy's new house. Yeah. Yeah, Ivy, you can come take care of all my kitties so I can go to the Philippines. Yeah, but I think the roof still leaks on mine there, Sammy. I always have a bunch in the background that are quiet. I know Tinkerbell's working, but she's in the background. I've always got food here, Ivy. That's one thing I never go without. Hey, Raquel, you're back again. Oh, okay, Ken. Is Maureen watching the game with you? She was here a while ago too and got quiet. How long have I been married? Well, I've been divorced for 21 years. Well, I knew she had, Ken. That's why I asked. I didn't know she was watching this one too. I've heard you mention it before. You don't have water to drink. I've always got water here. Okay, if it's the wrong question, what was you asking then? Gladiators. Okay. My neighbor's married to a girl from China, and she watches the professional wrestling all the time on TV. And she calls them boom booms. No, I'm not. I got divorced in 2000. She passed away in 2017. All right, Ivesor, you're confusing me. I thought you'd seen me before, Raquel. I'm doing okay today. Just another day. I'm still not sure what you mean, Ivy. Yeah, Venus, if I find the right girl, I will. I'm crazy. It's okay, Raquel. I know you were in and out before. It's all right. Well, that depends, Raquel. It's kind of late, you know. Depends on what you want. I mean, if you need the roof fixed, can it wait till tomorrow? How to read what one, Ivy? Oh, the Duke is pronounced Duke. Hey, Tinkerbell. If you ever watched any of the old John Wayne movies, John Wayne always used to be called the Duke. Yeah, send your resume. That ought to be interesting. It would be comical just to see what you would put in it. No, it's pronounced Duke, not duck. Like if you had two U's in it. Well, that both sounds good. I've already ate tonight, though. Yeah, Raquel, I'm only 16. What more could you ask for? I'm getting all kinds of meals brought up here now. Hey, Harriet, haven't seen you in a long time. How was your trip ended up? Your videos all of a sudden stopped. I I didn't get a chance to watch a couple of them toward the end, and I went to check them the other day and see you haven't done any in a while, so I didn't never heard how your trip ended up. No, I'm retired. I guess that's what they call it. I was tired yesterday, and I'm tired again today. Isn't that retired? Harriet, are you back in guitar or are you elsewhere? Okay. Well, did you have a good time when you was down there? Obvious question. Ivy, you mean the last word you put in there? Huge? Huge? Almost pronounced like it has a CH instead of a G. Huge. Well, one of your videos that I saw, Harriet, it looked like he was having a good time down there. I'm glad. Happy for you. And when you say you have more to upload, you just do like I do. I don't do nothing to them. I upload them as is. I don't edit anything. I don't know how, reason why, but show the whole thing as is. Makes it easier to do that way. All right, Ivy. Yes, the word is huge. Means very big. For those of you that don't know Harriet, I don't know how many of you do or don't. She is an OFW and she's in an LDR. She just recently got time to spend with her LDR. And if you go check out her channel, you will find a lot of videos of that trip. What do you mean you'll play him now, Raquel? I thought you were supposed to have had them all done already. You mean you've been goofing off? No wonder I'm not getting any watch hours. Oh, I understand, Harriet. I mean, like I said, I don't know how to do it. It's why mine get posted as is. And there's things in mine that I a lot of times think, I'd like to be able to delete it or if I could make two short ones and make a longer one out of it and stuff. I don't know how. So I don't get to do all that yet. Well, I'm glad to hear from you because, like I said, it's been a while. We used to talk a lot, but you know, drifted apart. You might say, whatever. You've been busy, and I've been busy. And for those of you that aren't familiar with Harriet's channel, there it is. Go check it out. She has a lot of good content. She's a good person. Hi, Janet. You're just now heading to work. Before long, I'll be heading to bed. Yeah, that's what like I said in the video, it's changed so much over the years. It used to all be open around it where you could see it from most directions, and now it's grown up. People don't take care of it anymore. And it's also filling in with the lily pads and stuff that didn't used to be there. That that lake is filled by a underground spring, and it flows out both on the north and south ends of it into two different canals. The one south goes in, flows down through into another lake farther south of here, and then one going north flows into a small river. Okay, it's after 11 p.m. here. Well, this has been going for more than 3 hours. I guess I should call it quits and let you people get to whatever you need to do. I still need to go out the final time tonight, pick up my kitty's dishes and stuff outside. I go out every night, pick them up, put them in. So I'm not feeding the wild animals and stuff out there that want to come in and eat their food. I've had problems in the past with possums and raccoons and stuff. Catch you later, Ken. For a while, I was having trouble with some other stray cats coming in too, but haven't had them in the yard lately. But I will talk with all of you again next time. Appreciate you all stopping by. And you all have a good night or good day wherever you are. Till then. Adios.